Ladies and gentlemen, please give a hand to Z-Works! Welcome, Tatsuya! Welcome. And you may start after this final countdown.
In 3, 2, 1.
Hi, thank you everyone. My name is Tatsuya. I am the co-founder of Z-Works. We believe in innovation for continuous, compassionate care for elderly members in our society. We have this idea because Japan is facing this huge challenge right now. By 2020, more than 3 out of 10 people will be over 65 years old. And on average, Japanese elderly will spend their last 10 years in bed or in poor quality of life. As a result, there will be a need of 500,000 additional caretakers by 2020. However, according to the current estimates, there is no way to fill that number, not even half of that number. The problem is not limited to Japan. Populations in many developed countries, like Germany, Italy, or China, is also becoming older and will face a shortage of caretakers in the next coming years. So, how do we take care of our elderlies, our mothers and fathers, if we don't have sufficient caretakers? That's where Z-Works comes in. What we offer is a full suite of IoT sensor technology that carefully tracks the health and well-being of our seniors. Our system enables one person to provide even better care for a greater number of seniors. So let me explain how it works. Environmental and vital data are collected from various devices like door, motion, and heart rate sensors. Analyzing this data in the cloud, the system knows if something's wrong, it will send a notification to the family or the nurse in charge. In the institutions, currently, the care workers have to constantly check if everybody is in a good condition, even throughout the night. Our system will reduce the need for nurse patrols and allow them to focus on other tasks. For example, with our non-contact heart rate sensors installed above the bed, we can measure someone's pulse and sleep quality without touching the body. Combined with a motion sensor on the side of his bed, we can tell with accuracy if someone feels out of his bed or just left his room. Combination of different sensors, we can detect someone just passed out in the bathroom, or we can prevent someone with Alzheimer's disease from going out at night and being hit by a car. And the solution is not just for the care facilities. We have a solution for the in-home care as well, designed to meet the needs of the families and elder care patrols. For example, we can check if the room is in appropriate temperature or if the person is breathing correctly during his sleep. With all this information, we can prevent situations like heat stroke, sleep apnea, and help improve their quality of lives. So now, about our market. In Japan, there are about 6 million seniors who require elder care assistance. And in addition, there are 30 million active seniors who stay long and healthy. And as we scale to the Asian and European markets, the market will be 10 times bigger. And to reach the individuals and extend fast, we are making partnerships with mobile carriers and service providers to target their existing subscribers. And for care facilities, we are working with distributors in the healthcare industry. And by end of this year, we are going to have more than 10,000 active users in the domestic market, and will scale internationally. To write this success story, we have put together an international team with the people from Silicon Valley, with the people from all around the world. We want the families to stay together until the last moment. So please help us spread the word about us and let us know any potential partners who will share the same mission as us. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Now for PC Works. I will hand it over to the judges.
Let me co-founder.
Okay, we have your member. Thank you very much. Welcome, welcome. And I would like to hand it over to the judges.
Sure. So, who's your customer, and how do you sell to them?
Okay, so our customers are first of all care facilities, and then also the in-home care, so the elder care patrols. So for the care facilities, we are working with the distributors for the healthcare industries. It is very difficult to reach each care facility. There are so many of them in Japan. So basically, it's through the indirect sales channels.
So the 10,000 users you just mentioned, does that mean 10,000 elderly people who need care? They're the users or the caretakers? Who is the user in your presentation? You mentioned number 10,000.
Okay, so what I meant is 10,000 beds.
10,000 beds.
Yes.
So you sell by beds.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
Let me understand your product a little bit, okay? So you showed a few devices at the beginning of the presentation. Are those devices yours or that's third party?
Okay, it's a mix of a third party and our own devices. We only developed key devices such as the heart rate sensors, but the other devices such as motion sensors, door sensor, we buy off-the-shelf devices because buying the mass-produced goods are much cheaper to create the system.
So as you put together the system, I'm sure that you are a system provider for healthcare facilities, okay?
Yes.
So you have some certain level of architecture, how you put the sensors. Is that your solution? That's what you said?
Yes, that will be our core system.
Okay, thank you.
So sorry to kind of dovetail on that. So you're kind of like an SI, a system integrator on top of what you're trying to do. So when you look at and track these elderly kind of quants, have these quants led directly to, and have you had records of it leading to better care for the elderly? I'm trying to understand because I find it hard to understand you would have the ability to pick less people to care for the elderly while using this program. I'm trying to understand more the quantitative benefits of tracking these elderly people to such a granular extent.
Okay, so now already as of today, a lot of care facilities suffering from the shortage of the nurses. So already there are not enough people in the care facilities, so they are not being able to take enough care. So sometimes they cannot do the patrols each month enough, so that they cannot find like someone like falling off the bed. They cannot catch that early enough, so that they will get like cold or they get more serious conditions. And then not finding that means there's a chance that the person may not be able to recover that condition like throughout the rest of his life. So, but by just catching that is really helping the care facilities.
Is your solution kind of branded more as a preventative measure or a post-event measure? So, for example, if a person's falling off a bed as an elderly person, ideally you'd like to catch the person falling off the bed, but you can't, right? Normally.
Right.
So I'm trying to understand how you're branding and positioning your service as, is it more of a force multiplier to help you care for people after the event has happened?
Yes.
Or is it more of a preventative?
Yeah, so it's more about after the accident happened.
So what's a legal situation in Japan? Because if we had this system in America, and then somebody fell out of the bed, and then nobody came, the facility would get sued and probably go out of business. So does this happen in Japan like America, or is it Japan a tiger general place?
I have not heard about the story about the falling off the bed and get sued, but we hear a lot of lawsuits about sad accidents, about like too much stress for the care workers, and then sometimes they do not want to take care of the seniors, and instead sometimes they are more like aggressive towards the seniors. So So one of the usage for our system is to get the logs for the workers. So by using this system, the care facilities can use this system to prove that they have been doing the services correctly in good intervals as well. So that's one way to protect themselves.
All right, I think that concludes time for ZWorks. Thank you very much, Tatsuya from ZWorks.
Good.